Today is Thursday, February 24th. Boys are back. I'm Cole Wilcox, co-host Nick Schnell, producer Grayson Shook, back bringing you Diamonds in the Rough, presented by us, Diamonds in the Rough. Got some hot topics today. Got a big-time interview with future Rookie of the Year, Bobby Witt Jr. Sick interview.
Man, the myth, the legend.
Yeah, finally got him on. I pestered him enough. We're in the midst of just like an earth-shattering tournament, minor league March Madness right now. Minor league madness, the people are referring to it as. So let's get right into it.
Headed down to the neon lights, it's where I want to be, because I'm just trying to make it.
You're listening to the Diamonds in the Rough podcast.
I'm just trying to make it.
Powered by Prospects Live.
Yesterday we had the big upset we were looking for. The Tennessee Smokies pulled it off, 12 seed, sneaking in. I mean, just that's the stuff you preach. You know, that's the grit and determination that you want. And
People are saying that minor league March Madness is more exciting than actual March Madness. That's just what I've been hearing. We haven't been saying it, but Twitter's been saying it. I've seen a lot of things saying that minor league March Madness is way more exciting than March Madness.
So obviously we're recording this on Wednesday, and I'm looking at the voting right now for the below minimum wage region. And so the River Dogs are getting kicked. And
surprisingly,
I'm calling them out. Well, because the Rail Riders retweeted the tweet. So they're getting some good votes. I just called out the River Dogs on Twitter. I asked them where the Holy City was. So, you know, we both played for them. We're both River Dogs. I'm disappointed in the performance so far. That's not what we were raised on.
I truly thought that because you and I played for them this year that they would have a better showing, but kind of disappointing.
You know, still a lot of day left. It's only 2:30. I'll definitely make a video later and call them out.
Charleston comes alive at 5 p.m.
That's true. That city's just now waking up.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll be good to go. We might have a show down there because if we can get a little back and forth action, that'd be nice. Most of the other ones are just absolute runaways right now, though, from what I'm looking at. I mean, it's pretty obvious the Chihuahuas were going to blow out whoever they played in the first round. That's just an absurd 5 seed.
Yeah,
that's a tough draw. No
Storm Chasers running away with it early.
Yeah, I like the Storm Chasers. I think that's a cool name.
I do. You know what I think is interesting?
Right now.
I wonder if people are looking at like on Instagram how we have the edits that our beast producer Shook made.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're going off like the logo or the actual name.
Yeah, that's true. I had somebody text me yesterday. It was a chick, and she said, "I don't know who the teams are, but I voted in your poll." I said, "Well, that's the beauty of it. You don't have to know who the teams are.
Exactly.
It's just whatever your favorite name is." But that could be the case. But I made sure to put names today on the Instagram post.
Yeah,
the Rail Riders.
I was really thinking that the Emeralds would take over because that is a top tier logo.
Yeah, I thought that
logo.
too.
Logos are
awesome
sick.
Logo.
Have you guys been voting?
Of course. I mean, as soon as I posted, I vote.
Yes,
same.
I have been voting as well.
I'm trying to think. I almost went with the Emeralds because of their logo.
So you can't.
I
be
went
skewed by that.
Yeah, but I picked Storm Chasers because I like their name better.
I'm thinking tomorrow we take the day off of the voting and give Bobby his day as we release this pod, and then
that's
right back at it.
He does deserve his own day.
Yeah, for sure. Bobby Day tomorrow. So I'm looking at the results right now on Twitter. Like you said, Storm Chasers are just waxing that tail. Chihuahuas are also dominating. What's crazy, the Storm Chasers have more percentage than the Chihuahuas, which is shocking. The Lugnuts trying to pull off the upset. That's a dangerous 10 seed.
On Instagram, the Lugnuts got a healthy lead.
Really? Yeah. I mean, they're winning by 66% right now. And
that's a dangerous 10 seed.
Yeah, no, it is. Who do they match up with next round? Let me look.
Take a look at the bracket.
The River Dogs on Instagram are like nasty. 76% to 24%.
They're dominating?
Yeah.
Ooh. How many votes? You know?
I'll look.
They will match up with the Montgomery Biscuits.
They're not beating the Biscuits.
So
they're going to have to get involved on Twitter to beat the Biscuits because I know the Biscuits will be ready to roll.
There's been, let me do math real quick since I'm the math guy.
Unbelievable.
76 votes, and they have 58 of them on Instagram.
So, I mean, they're pushing over 40.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're going to have to
their Twitter followers need to get on it.
Yeah, because there's a lot more votes on Twitter right now.
Yeah, way more.
For them
yesterday it was the same
retweeted
way.
it.
Dude, you should have seen me try and do the math yesterday. I was like, the whole time I was like, hopefully there's no like offset, just like one team's dominating on both. But which one was the close one that I said? Let me look.
The first one, it was the 8-9, right?
Yeah. The Mudcats and the
it was flipped.
Yeah, and dude, I was trying to figure out the math and I was struggling. I was like, oh my gosh, finally I figured it out. Well, because Twitter, it doesn't show you which one gets the votes. It just shows you how many votes there's been. So I had to do the percentages, take the votes and do the percentages and figure it out, which I finally got it figured out. But we were supposed to be going to like my birthday dinner. My family took me to dinner because my birthday's in a month, but they won't see me. And Carly's like, we got to go. And I'm like, I got to figure this out.
Why didn't you just pull out a calculator?
I was using one, but I was trying to figure out how to do the math.
What took that long?
I was just trying to figure out
So right now, there's 128, as of 2:30, there's 128 votes on this Rail Riders versus River Dogs. Rail Riders have 59%. All you do is multiply 128 by 0.59. That tells you exactly how many votes there are for them.
Yeah.
About 60%. So they still might have the lead. We'll see.
How did you do it? I definitely did it way more complicated than what you just said.
All you do is take the total number of votes and multiply it by 0.59, which is 59%.
Yeah, I didn't do that.
And then all you gotta do is subtract that number from the other one to figure out how many votes the other person has.
I figured out how many votes they had on. Actually, I think I did do that.
I mean, that's literally the only way.
That's the only way you can do it. That's how I did it. Yeah, that's how I did it.
I didn't know it was gonna be that complicated when I told you.
The way you said it made it sound simpler than how it was going in my head, though.
That's how you do it. You just take 128 times 0.59, and that's how many votes are for the freaking Rail Riders.
Yeah.
I can't find my calculator. That's the worst part. 128 times 0.59, that's 6. 75.52. Make any sense. That's a rounded up. But we'll see what happens. That's a close race. I still think it's gonna be hard for people to beat the 1 seeds.
Yeah,
I really do.
I mean, I legit will ride for the Space Cowboys to the very end.
The Space Cowboys, the Trash Pandas,
name.
and the Sod Poodles.
Yeah.
I feel like they're on a crash course to the Final Four. I feel like the Yard Goats could be taken down. But it all depends. I mean, they get caught up with the Blue Claws who are campaigning. They might run through this thing.
Shout out to the Blue Claws, by the way.
Yeah.
I feel like
y'all didn't vote for them.
I feel like the Biscuits, just because us being Rays guys, could make a run.
Yeah, but the River Dogs, man, they got to step it up. Got to. No choice.
Yeah.
No choice but to step it up.
That's disappointing.
But we'll keep this going on. We'll finish up first rounds by Saturday, move on to the second, which I guess is the sweet. How many teams that lead?
I don't know.
Now that was one thing that absolutely domed me up, was trying to figure out this bracket.
Yeah,
so first we were doing 8 teams, I think. 8 teams in each. Or I said 10. We'll do 10. So I start making the bracket. And on the backside, I'll show you, on the backside of the poster board, I made a bracket of 10. And then I was like, wait, this doesn't check out. That would leave 5 winners.
Yeah.
I was like, so how many buys do I need? So I'm like, oh, we'll just do 12 and I'll give 2 buys. And I was like, wait, that's still 10. It took me forever to figure this out. And it was just absolutely doming me up. But I figured that out. And so I don't know how much is left. I have no idea how many teams that would leave after the first round.
We'll be in the round of 32. Okay. And then the third round will be the Sweet 16.
All right. So next week will be for a trip to the Sweet 16. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that.
Pick your championship and your winner. What do you got?
We need to give a giveaway for the Final Four if you can get the Final Four and the champion right.
Yeah.
We'll do that.
I got an extra flag if we want to
We'll
do another
announce that
flag.
this weekend after the ref. Yeah, we'll do that.
Remind me
flag
after
giveaway.
this. Remind me after this to pack that because I can bring
Okay.
it with me. This
Yep.
is my last episode from home.
Yeah, and you're headed south, baby.
I'm headed south.
Long day tomorrow.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll do that. But if I'm picking my Final Four, like I said, I don't see the Space Cowboys getting beat. I don't see the Trash Pandas or the Sod Poodles. So mine's very chalk. But I'll go in the other bracket with the Yard Goats.
Yeah, I'm gonna go look at the
I
bracket.
feel like the Mighty Muscles could make a run.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think the Blue Wahoos come out of the where is that?
Oh, yeah, you get the Blue
The
Wahoo.
Sunday doubleheader. I think that's the Blue Wahoos.
Yeah, they could. You think the Lookouts could give the Sod Poodles a run?
Maybe.
Absolutely.
I think they could. Dude, that bottom of that bracket's dirty. We got the Mud Hens versus the Rock Hounds, and then the River Bandits versus the Nuts. And then the two people waiting on them are the Blue Wahoos and the Dust Devils.
Dude, I was gonna say the Dust Devils are kind of nice.
The Sunday doubleheader region is
Stacked.
brutal. Yeah, brutal.
I think the Modesto Nuts could be the Cinderella of that region.
Yeah, for sure. I think the Smokies can beat the Iron Pigs this next round. What do you think?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I think that the Trash Pandas and the Space Cowboys they're Final Four no matter what.
Yeah.
You
no,
don't think the Rumble Ponies could take
I
down
was
the
about
Space
to
Cowboys?
say the Rumble
Yeah.
Ponies could give them a run for their money. That will completely depend on who buys in. I think that matchup right there.
The
Because that-
Flying Tigers could make a good run. And like
Possibly.
you said, the Mighty Muscles. I like that.
I want to see the Jumbo Shrimp versus the Biscuits. I feel like that would be an insanity matchup. That
Yeah.
would be a heavyweight. Yeah, I think you're right, Shug. I think the Jumbo Shrimp could definitely give the Trash Pandas a run for their money. So could the Biscuits, though.
The Chihuahuas can make it far in the below minimum wage. They're getting a lot of votes.
Below minimum wage. Yeah, I knew they would.
Yeah. That's
They're-
kind of a
they're not-
sneaky 5 seed, huh?
They're not going to beat the Rubber Ducks, though.
Yeah,
way.
no, the Rubber Ducks is a good one too.
That's an elite name. There's a lot of good ones. I don't know. So
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm going to go final answer. I'm going to go Trash Pandas, Space Cowboys, Amarillo Sod Poodles, and this one's tough. I want to pick somebody else, but this one might be the easiest one for the Yard Goats. I'll take the Flying Tigers at 2 seed. That's my 4.
I'll go I'm gonna mix it up a bit. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
Dust Devils
Okay.
for Sunday doubleheader. I'm gonna go Space Cowboys, Trash Pandas, and then the Flying Tigers.
Okay.
Give me the Space Cowboys, the Trash Pandas. No, don't give me the Trash Pandas. Give me the Jumbo Shrimp
Love it.
and the Blue
Upset.
Wahoos. Give
Love
me
a good
the
upset.
Give me the Blue Wahoos as the 2 seed. And for Broken Down Bus, the 1 seed's cut off. Who's the 1 seed in that? Is that the Yard Goats?
The Yard Goats, yeah.
Yeah, give me the Kannapolis Cannonballers
Okay, sleeper 4 seed.
out of the 4 seed out of that region.
And I'll announce this. Whoever wins, I'll hang their jersey up in the studio. I'll buy a jersey and hang it up in the studio.
I like that.
Yeah. I need to get Final Four. We should just buy hats for all of them and then jersey for the freaking winner. That'd be sick. I can do that.
Yeah, we could find a way to make that happen for sure.
For sure. I'm excited, though. I'm excited to see what happens. I've been looking forward to this. I've been wanting to announce it early, but I didn't want to freaking interfere with the Super Bowl. We would have lost that probably.
You know what I'm excited for?
What's that?
It's sounding like, well, I have some insider information, and it sounds like there might be a deal made this week about the
Really?
lockout. Yeah.
I'll believe
got-
it when I see it.
Are you going on record and saying that there will be a deal done by Friday?
No, I'm not going to say that. Well, because I got the insider information. I got
a
it on
source?
Monday. Yeah, I got it on Monday. And then Tuesday, they didn't go as well. So,
Is your source Jeff Passan?
no.
Jeff Passan's Twitter?
Yeah, he actually called me last night or on Monday and told me all the news. No, can't give up a good source. So But yeah, I mean, Monday it sounded good, and then Tuesday it didn't go as well. Like it looked like there was progress on Monday, and then Tuesday it looked like it might not go on as well. So I don't actually know, but I've heard that they think there will be a deal made by the end of this week.
That'd be nice. Dude, there's more instructors right now at the complex than there are players because all the major league instructors are down here.
Yeah.
There are so many.
Yeah, I bet.
Like we had a meeting, and it was like 2 to 1.
What was the meeting about?
Just, hey, welcome back.
Normal.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, welcome back.
How many players are down there right now?
Quite a
Don't
few.
look like that many.
It's quite a few.
Really?
Yeah, there's a good amount. When
A
does it
lot of
officially
pitchers.
start?
28th for the pitchers, 4th for the hitters, I
A
think.
lot of outfielders too, Sinead. You're falling behind.
On the schedule, there's literally like 5 outfielders there because they keep sending me the schedule because they thought I was coming the whole week. Q, Spoon, CJ,
Nico,
Huffins, Nico,
Huff, Hill.
and then Hill. I think those are the guys that
Yeah.
I've seen.
Well,
I'll be there. Hey, I'll be there Friday. First workout
Yeah.
Friday.
we'll get some content cranked
It's
out when you
electric.
get down here for sure.
Yep. I'm not even bringing my video game, so it's all DNR podcasts for me.
Got some good stuff coming up for sure.
Oh yeah.
For sure. And then let's talk a little college baseball before we get to Bobby. Sick weekend of college baseball. What I want to start out with is the freshman from NC State. He's already had a good season. Like he's already had a good season as a freshman.
Bro, he got intentionally walked the other day.
Why? In the
Yeah.
series. He's got 16 RBIs or something already in 4 games.
Yeah.
Five
So,
Bob
homers.
Jacks.
so our guy Tommy White, can we name him the DNR College Baseball Player of the Week?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah. That is something that we can do.
Congratulations.
Yep.
It says that he
Tommy.
batted 643 on the weekend, went 9 for 14 with 5 home runs and 12 RBIs. He hit 3 home runs in
Dude.
Friday's game alone. So
Yeah.
first college baseball game hits 3 jacks. That's the first time an NC State player's done that since 2010.
When was the last? I feel like that's actually recent. I expected that to be like way
Well,
long.
it's only the second time since 1999 that an NC State player's done it.
And then the crazy thing was they weren't just fastballs he was taking yard. Like they
Dude,
started,
he had
they
a
started throwing
nasty-
to him.
He had a nasty curveball where he just like hovered. He had a toe tap. He like wrote it out and cranked on it. I was impressed. I was like,
He's a
that's
big son of a
good
gun
hitter.
too.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's thick.
He has a good waddle as he's running around the bases. He's got that
Love it.
thick body.
Yeah.
You know, they don't run straight up and down. They run side to side.
Yeah. Little Babe Ruth action.
Yeah.
Yeah. That kid's feeling well. I promise you, my first weekend did not go like that. Not even close. I think I rode like a 7-4 into the SEC, which is never what you want to do. You want to start off and get real low to go into SEC and have some wiggle room.
I was gonna say, yeah.
But that's the warrior in me though. I wanted as big, like, you know, I want to drop it.
you wanted the challenge in the SEC.
Yeah, that's what it boiled down to.
Yeah.
You're welcome,
Expected.
Dayton and UMass Lowell for just getting like 6 runs. But freaking ECU gets swept. That was like they didn't have their Friday night guy, their dude, but still, Bryant coming in making a statement. Florida, I don't know how they didn't make 11.7. They do the bottom 10, like with the worst run differential. I thought I might see Florida on there. I was looking forward to that. They drop a series of Liberty. Liberty's always solid. Shout out them. But Florida,
Louisville dropped a series. Charlotte.
Charlotte's nasty.
Yeah, they're good.
Charlotte's always good. Dogs swept. Let's talk about this. So yeah, not even the Dogs. They played well, but one of my picks for Omaha looked really good. Tennessee came out to play.
Yeah, dude, they're still riding the high of last year.
They came to play, and they weren't playing slouches. Like they were playing Southern. Like they weren't playing the teams coming, from up north, just get out of the cold. They were playing Georgia Southern, who's very, very good always. They wore us out my last year in the midweek 3 times. But Tennessee had their Friday night guy was the Tidwell kid I was talking about. I think he was up to 98. Kid on Saturday was disgusting. He was like 5 to 7 with 12 punch outs. and then their Sunday guy hit 95. So they got a staff.
You know what else we should be talking about?
What's that?
That Long Beach State pitcher that
disgusting.
went toe to toe with what's his name, Sims, right? Yeah. And dude, I was watching the like Pitching Ninjas post on the pitches he was throwing.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh. You know how many scouts are going to watch him next week or this weekend?
That 2-seam changeup combo, did you feel like you're standing in center field in Charleston with your boy on the bump?
Yeah, I did. I was
back in my prime.
I was like, yeah, I did, dude. Actually, that is kind of exactly what it looked like. I didn't think about that, but that is what it looked like.
He was nasty.
Yeah.
He threw a couple of backdoors through that were gross in the 2 seams.
He buckled some of those.
He set the tone for the weekend for sure. Like that's a big deal. If you can shut, like, that's why we were so good my freshman year. We had Emerson on Friday just shutting teams down for 7 innings. And then that sets the tone. Like, you show up the next day and the lineup still got to, like, something's got to spark the lineup.
Yeah.
So, and they never did. I mean, they wore them out. Did they take the last game? Mississippi State?
No, it was Mississippi State won the last game. So they took 2 or 3 from them.
That's big time. That's tough to do in that place.
You will see too sometimes, like, if a Friday guy just shuts them down, you'll see a coach shuffle the lineup on Saturday and throw in some guys that probably shouldn't be in the lineup just to see, like you said, what kind of spark can I get?
Because it's tough to take one in that place. Trust me. I mean, we got our teeth kicked in for 3 straight games. So to take 2 is pretty impressive. They don't lose many series there. I'd like to see the numbers on how many they've lost in Starkville for the last 5 years, because it cannot be very many. Place is a madhouse. Anyway, anything else stuck out?
Speaking of numbers, as a Florida State fan, I didn't know this, but Florida State, Mike Martin Jr. is in his 3rd year. He has not won an opening day game until this year. They beat James Madison on Friday night. Florida State has not lost an opening series since 1981. That was Mike Martin's 5th year, I believe, as head coach.
Wow.
That's insane.
Yeah, pretty crazy there.
That's crazy they made the postseason every year, too, with him.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable. That's a heck of a stretch, especially in baseball. That's tough to do.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else? the one kid gave the freaking Galileo telescope to the bomb.
Yep, that was sick.
I thought it was funny. The kid that I posted from, was it Southern, that hit the walk-off and was talking that talk?
And the umpire was telling him to run.
Interfered, yeah. That's a bold move to do on a Friday night with 2 more games lurking.
Yeah.
That's a bold move.
Yeah, but I mean, dude, I don't know. Hitting a walk-off homer, I've never done it, so I wouldn't know. But, like, if I would be hyped, but I don't think I'm a big, like,
in an opening day too.
Yeah, I'm big on, like, run after I hit it. Like, when I square it up, I'll know it halfway down first, but I'm like hit and run, so I don't ever really pimp anything. So, but he got into it. If I got into it like that.
I will say, though, the energy on opening day in college is ridiculous. I remember being, especially my sophomore year. The freshman year, I knew I probably wasn't going to pitch, so it was a little different. Sophomore year, I definitely wasn't going to pitch. I was starting on Saturday, and I was still nervous. I was sitting there charting, like, nervous on the first pitch. I don't even get nervous when I'm pitching. I was like, dang, we're here.
I'll tell you what, last year in Charleston, because we didn't play in 2020 and it's been a long time since we played, that first game in Charleston, like, my heart was like racing.
Crowd was electric.
But I'll get nervous.
Get your
first
jump
game
together, Charleston.
Yeah, they need to get your votes up.
Yeah,
we need to clip this right after and send it to them.
We will.
Disappointing.
Listen, here's the PSA. Calling out the Charleston River Dogs. You have 2 River Dogs here. I don't even want to say former, because once you're a River Dog, you're always a River Dog. We post a poll, the best names. River Dogs is a top tier name, and you're getting ran over by an 11 seed. We need y'all to step up, get some votes. Let's go.
Get the Joe rocking.
Yeah. Be here for the Holy City. And with that, we'll take you into Bobby. Hope everybody has a good week. More college baseball on the schedule. Follow us on Twitter at DNR Pod. Follow us on Instagram at Diamonds in the Rough. And we'll have some content rolling for sure. We're about to be back together. It's about to take baseball season's right around the corner. Now's the time. Better
Oh,
buckle up. All right, boys. Talk to y'all later. All right, we now welcome on big time guest, one of the top prospects in the Royals, top prospects in baseball, Bobby Witt Jr. Bobby, what's happening, man?
Not a whole lot. Thanks for having me. I'm excited.
Oh yeah, appreciate you coming on. Chanel was dying to tell a story, but we recorded first, so go ahead, Chanel.
Yeah, I was literally about to start telling it, and then I said, all right, I'll just save it for the pod. But
For the people.
So the first time I think I ever saw / heard of Bobby Witt Jr. was it was my last year. What's the last year you can go to area code? Your junior year?
Yeah, I think going into your senior year of high school.
Yeah, so I was going into my senior year. You were going into your junior year. And then I think the Rangers is the team for – were you with the Rangers?
Yeah.
So I was on the White Sox team, and I laced the ball up the middle, on the ground, but up the middle. And I'm running to first. I'm starting to make my turn. And all of a sudden I look over, and Bobby's up the middle, fields it, turns, and throws to first. And throws me out, and I was like,
on the turn, or you're making a turn? You'd already turned it yet.
He fielded it and spun behind him because it was up the middle. He was playing short and threw to first, and I remember being like, "What just happened?"
So this is a story about you getting out.
Yeah,
I've seen that thousands of times. I don't know why.
No,
How's that special?
It was the moment when I realized, 99% of the time in my life that had been a hit, and then all of a sudden I was playing with kids that were making plays like that. No, it was a legit unreal play. I scorched this ball up the middle, and he makes an unreal play. I hit it hard enough. I was going to round first to take a look to take a double, and all of a sudden I was getting thrown out, and I was
Bobby hosed you.
This is a joke. I was like, what just happened? I was like, there's no way he was getting to that ball. But that was the story I had. And that was the first time I saw you play. And I was like, well, this kid's going to be something special. And I think you kind of proved that so far in your career. So,
yeah, it's funny because when we were going through all that, it was all kids our age. And then it was obviously Bobby playing up. He's the kid who's, bigger than everybody that plays up when they're younger. He was just better than everybody. So he's playing up with us. I remember we were at Tournament Stars, which was Team USA tryout. And I know you remember this, Bobby, because it was you and Bryce Terang in the middle. And y'all went on a double cut. It was a double cut at home, and you turned around, and I guess you just choked it. And he had ducked, and you hit him square in the head with the relay. And that ball rolled to the dugout.
It was a relay to third. Bryce, I think, was playing short. I was playing second, or vice versa. And so it's a cut. I'm in deep, almost in center field type, and I'm throwing it. It hits Bryce in the head. I don't know what happened. I just held on to it. I didn't really look. Just threw it straight down. Hits Bryce right in the back of the head. Well, he was okay.
Yeah, so he walked it off like a champ.
Yeah, but it hits his head, and it goes into the first base dugout. So that shows you how far, because then the runner scored or something. So I was like, hit him pretty good. But then he was my roommate at Tournament of Stars. So I was like, what is he going to do? Something in my sleep? He's going to get back there. But me and Bryce have a good relationship. So we're good there. And I told him I still owe him. So
yeah,
that was a scary moment. But now we look back at it, it's pretty funny. Yeah.
The best part is just Bryce in typical fashion, just, super low key, just walks it off like nothing happened. I mean, he squared him up good.
It's I got a little headache, but
he probably had a stage 6 concussion, and he was just playing it off.
It was a rocket. But I wanted to start with this. Obviously, you're a big Oklahoma guy, committed to Oklahoma. Where does Lincoln Riley rank on your favorite coaches right now?
I don't know. He did some good things at Oklahoma. Helped them turn around. They made it to a couple Final Fours or whatever. Never could finish, or the football playoff. Never could finish the job, but then now kind of left in a fashion. I don't know if it was money or what it was. So it's kind of but I'm excited for Venables. So
I think you guys will be all right. I mean, Oklahoma's a program where you guys are going to have enough success that no matter who's in there, you're gonna have success. So I think you guys will be all right.
The defensive scheme will maybe change, and they'll get better there. And then with them
100%.
going to going to the SEC, and so they got.
I'm in the party. I'm in the party that thinks it's a good thing. Honestly,
Yeah,
I'm not sure how sustainable that style of play is, especially in that conference where you can just get trenches on trenches in those southern states where it's like if you're just bigger up front, you're gonna win. So,
yeah.
But
Yeah, I mean, I'm anxious for that. I'm ready for.
yeah, that'll be
I want
fun.
to see go to some cool locations, watch some games.
Yeah, same. I'd like to go to Texas and Oklahoma for sure. Be some good games in the future, no doubt. But I also wanted to talk about this 40-yard field goal you kicked on Twitter. That's pretty impressive. Soccer background or no?
No, never played once a game of soccer. I kicked. I was our kicker in middle school, but we never really kicked field goals or anything. My one thing I remember, we were, I think it was 7th grade. We're lined up for an extra point, and you had like the tees and stuff, and I had a tee there, but they're pretty high. And I just remember I kicked it good, and it went kind of straight up, and it was short on the extra point. And that's back when we were kicking it from the 3-yard line. So I guess I got a little bit better of a leg now, but that was just something I remember that. And then I always was like a punter too. Even like in high school, I punted a little bit. And so I don't know if my dad says he has a background of punting, but I don't know if that's where I get that from. I don't know. But
so you got a leg on you.
I get maybe a little bit, but yeah, that field goal, it was on the 40-yard line. So it was a 50-yard.
Oh,
so I gotta put that out there.
Nice. Yeah, 100%. You can't shortchange that. That's a 50-yard
No, never.
That's a 50-yard bomb.
If you're knocking those down, you go kick for an NFL team. A bunch of those guys can't hit them. So
I can do it whenever there's no one in there, me and another dude, and on a tee with no wind, no 320-pound guys coming at me. So whenever they're
that probably does make a difference.
Yeah, when I played football, I liked scoring the touchdowns and running away from people. I didn't like getting hit or trying to hit people. So I don't know.
Did you play in high school?
Yeah, until my sophomore year.
Okay.
I played corner and receiver. But like in middle school and stuff, I always thought I'm going to go play football at Oklahoma and play baseball at Oklahoma. So I thought that was something that I was going to do kind of growing up, because football, when I was playing 7-on-7 and stuff, I was always I was good just because I was fast and stuff. And so I just always I loved football. And so, but then like the Texas football got a little crazy we got summer workouts, you got spring ball. I was like, I gotta play baseball. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, I was about to say, Texas high school is no joke. Were y'all pretty big school?
Yeah, we're one of there's it goes up to 6A. We're 5A, so we're right below. I think we have 2,200 students, or I don't know how many. Yeah, a bunch.
So I'm sure I had some nasty athletes on the football field too.
Yeah. Well, one of them's Max Crosby. He was just in the Pro Bowl with the Raiders.
Disgusting. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't want dudes running at me like that.
No, I learned that real quick when I got to campus at Georgia. Like it's a different brand of athlete that plays football.
Oh yeah.
You can just notice them. Basketball too, though. It's different in basketball where it almost looks like they're not even built the same as us. They're just extremely long, extremely lanky, 3% body fat. But then you can spot football pretty quick too. And then you can spot the walk-ons even quicker. It's a different beast for sure at that level.
I feel like baseball, you can't. Sometimes it's just you can't really tell. But football and basketball, but baseball, you're all shapes, sizes. You could be look like a lineman, be a first baseman, hit 50 homers a year, or you could be who's like Kyle Hendricks, tall, super skinny pitcher, super just Jose Altuve, and then you get to basketball and you have to be 6'7" and long.
Or you can be Trae Young. I know you're a Trae fan, Bobby.
Yeah,
that's my.
He was just here at Dallas last night. They played the Mavs.
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about that one. I was upset last night. I really was. I was in a bad mood. That was one of the worst games he's played in a while that I've watched. Yeah,
he's fun to watch. Him and Steph Curry, they kind of feel like they're changing the game. Just how they're playing 100%. And the size and everything.
100%. Yeah, he makes it look so easy at that size. It's insane.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I guess we can move into the actual baseball stuff. I want to get started though, because I remember this now. We talked about it back in the day. But so your dad, who also played ball, he's your agent, right?
Yes.
How was that? You enjoy that?
Yeah, I think it's really cool. I have kind of like two agents. Another one that kind of discusses like the contract stuff like throughout the draft, and then whenever time comes for whatever's next. And then so yeah, it's been awesome. He's always been like a role model to me, and just being able to have him play 16 years in the big leagues and then now do what he does. He's been doing that for almost like he got done playing in 2001. I think he started in 2003. So almost 20 years and being a bit like, so he knows the game as well as anyone in this.
Yeah.
So just asking questions and then just being able to like watch a game with him. You learn so much just by being around him. It's almost like having a little cheat sheet for you. I always say that a lot whenever people ask me about him.
Yeah.
So, but it's been cool.
Where do you think he's helped you the most? Like, cause I could see it being a big help, like off-season training, especially like, cause a lot of times you go to the off season and everybody has a program they do, but to have somebody there who's been through it. Cause like, I feel like last year I pushed myself way too hard. I feel like I threw too many bullpens at too high of intensity, and it would have been like good to have somebody like that who could have been said, hey, back it off, like save these bullets for the year, you know?
Yeah, I'd say that as well as like more so the mental side, just because what he went through. He's gone through the grind. He played 16 years in the big leagues. And so just knowing like what's right, what's wrong, what's good for your body, and just really just the hard work side, I think, came from him, and just being yourself and just trying to stay as humble as possible. And that's kind of what he's always told me, just work hard, stay humble. And then just like when times get tough, he's always pushed me growing up. And so he's the one that would get on to me if I do something. It's not like the errors happen. It's more so like the mental errors. Like, why are you doing this? Why are you like this and that? I still get text messages to this day. I'll get it. I know if I do something wrong in the game, I know I'm going back to the clubhouse, I'm going to have a paragraph on my phone ready for me. But just I feel like I love that, just having that, and just he's always keeping me accountable for everything that I do. And so it's really, I think that's been the best thing for him, just him pushing me and just being able to help me on like the mental side. Whenever things are going wrong, what do you do? Whenever things are going right, what do you do? And so it's always been good to have.
Yeah, 100%.
And then you, he went third overall and you went second. I think I remember watching the draft and saying that's like the highest father-son duo. Was there when like before the draft happened, was there some smack talk like, hey, I'm getting drafted higher than you? Like any bets going on in the house or anything like that?
Not really, but like right when my name was called, literally I hugged my family, did everything, and right after my mom was like, "Hey, you be dad," and then so it's kind of funny. That was the first thing like she told me. So yeah, but we always kind of go back and forth with that. But then yeah, so he always tells me he hit one home run in the big league, so that's our other conversation we had. So he's like, it takes one to be a home run hitter, and now I don't have any big league home runs, so now hopefully get past him soon.
Yeah, I don't know if that'll take too long for you, but we'll see.
I got a question though, because we talked to Henry Davis on here, and he said that he knew he was getting drafted number 1 overall at like the afternoon of that day. When did you know?
Right when Rushman was taken.
Okay.
So right when he went 1, I got a call from the Royals, and so it was kind of, I didn't know if I was going to go where I was going pretty much the whole time. Like there were still some things up going maybe to the Orioles or whatever it was, and so I had like the earpiece in whenever they had it. And so I heard his name called on that, and it was before the TV. So I heard it. And then right as I heard it, I got the phone call. My phone started vibrating. And then, so that's when I pretty much right then, right as the draft started.
Cause I wondered that. I was glad to hear Henry tell us he knew early. Cause I was like, no way the first team makes the guy wait until the draft to tell him they're picking him. I'm like, surely they give him a heads up, cause they have to know that one. And
that's also so wild. It's so wild to think like the first person knows, but then after that, it's straight up in the air, because you could have a team take someone that wasn't expected and then everybody's board changes. But it's crazy to think like you, like up until the last second, were like, you really didn't have any clue. I mean, obviously you probably had an idea like this is probably where I'm going to go in these couple. I mean, everybody knew you were going to go in the first couple picks, but still like to think, okay, I'm still waiting. Like, I feel like the first 5 picks or something would be like,
it'd be pretty scripted.
But no.
Yeah.
But that's what people always ask, like, what are you hearing? I think they feel like teams are like tell you before the draft, like, all right, so if the Orioles take Rutschman, we're taking you. Like, they're not doing that. It's all like you have no clue what they're thinking until it's time to pick.
Yeah. It's a lot of like, it's almost like mind games you play in your head. You start thinking, maybe this, maybe but then you just kind of got to wait and let it happen.
Yeah, it's fun to go through, but it's kind of nice when it's over too, especially going through it twice. Lordy. I also want to ask you. Okay, I want to ask about your dad being an agent, because I don't know how this works. I just generally want to know. Do you have to have a degree to be an agent?
I don't think he graduated from college, so
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I didn't think so either, but because a lot of them go to law school,
2
right?
years. Yeah,
I was gonna say
like the arbitration stuff.
Yeah.
most like I'm pretty sure you can be an agent, but when it comes to like the contracts and stuff, usually if you don't have a law degree, like somebody works with you.
Yeah,
like
there's
on
other
that.
guys.
Like
there's
I
other
have two
yeah.
guys,
Yeah.
and one is a lawyer and the other one isn't.
That makes sense. I always wondered if somebody wanted to be an agent, what they go to school for. So I guess you go through anything and then just be kind of the guy who, I don't know, doesn't go through arbitration and stuff. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So then once you get drafted, obviously, like any high schooler, you go to rookie ball. Sure. Obviously, you're in Arizona, which is a very nice spot to be. But was it any culture shock at all?
Yeah, I would say that was the biggest difference. Well, my roommate, he was from the Netherlands, so it was kind of cool just to do that. Daryl Collins, but then I think
we played him this year, Snell.
Yeah, we did. He balled out. He raked against us.
He can fly, right?
He can swing it. A little bit.
Was he the one that stole all the bags?
No. He did steal bags.
That was for Augusta, right? Yeah, that was Augusta. Okay,
yeah.
Yeah, but then just playing like an infield with a Latin shortstop, Latin third baseman, and then kind of like a Latin first baseman at one point. We got like a mound visit, and it's kind of like, what do we say here? And so that was kind of an eye opener for me. But then realizing like they're all doing the same thing I'm doing, and so like it kind of was it was nice just to come to realization with that, and then knowing that we're all here together, we're all doing the same game. And once you got those guys back and they got yours, those guys will go to war for you.
Yeah.
And so it was cool to do that. And then I think out of our whole AZL team, we had a guy from like Japan, I believe, Panama, Dominican, Venezuela, everywhere. And then we had, I think, the 4 or 5 guys that were drafted. Those were like the only pretty much American guys. So it was like 5. So it was really cool we would hang out with those guys on off days and stuff. So we had a great bond with those guys. It was fun.
Nice.
What was the living situation like? Did you guys have like dorms there, or was it apartments, or what?
Yeah, we were in a hotel, and so we would just kind of have a van come pick us all up because no one really had a car out there, and so do that and then go back after the games. So it was nice.
You miss that at all?
Not really. No. Yeah, one bad thing was at that hotel. We were in Instructs that year, and it was pretty much I was driving home. That's when I first drove out my truck. Next day, or second to last day, we're leaving at that hotel we're at. My freaking tires got stolen off my truck. Wheels, tires on cinder blocks. That's like my first time car I just brought it out to Instructs, driving out there, staying at the hotel. And then that's kind of the point where I was like, I can't do that. And then we stopped staying at that hotel, and then I got a place out in Arizona. So I was like, I'm done with that.
Oh, they got jacked out the hotel parking lot?
Yeah, literally. I parked underneath a light.
Man.
Oh my gosh.
In front of the door. It looked like a camera was facing me, like in between 2 cars, and boom, wake up next morning. And then so I was like, come on.
Those are professionals.
Yeah, they had the jack they have with like literally the one they use in NASCAR or whatever. So it was crazy.
That is
yeah,
wild. Did they get it?
Sometimes you gotta tip your cap.
They said the camera was facing down, so I think they had it all planned, maybe with the hotel or whatever.
Yeah.
But the crazy thing was, one of my buddies like went out and forgot his phone charger or something, and went out in the middle of the night at like 2:00, and he like came into my room and was like, "Hey, your tires are gone." I was like, "What?" So I was like kind of like half asleep, half whatever, and then I was like, "Oh my gosh, what's going on?"
Oh, they hit it
what was that? What was the process of that? Like, is it call? Like, I don't know what I do. Did you call your parents first, or did you wake up and like call like someone like with the team? Like, I don't know what I do.
Yeah, I think we called we first talked to the hotel. We went in there like, "Hey, have you seen anything?" And then we called like the director of like operations in Arizona, and so he drove over, and then we called the police after that, and then they were like, "Oh, we'll look around," and then nothing really. They never found anyone or anything. So
yeah, sometimes you got to tip your cap. I mean, you just got hit by a professional there.
Yeah,
you made a good pitch and got hit up the middle.
Yeah. It was just kind of like, wow. Because I can't. What am I going to do? Go run after you guys? No, I just
No.
You just wear it, which is
Yeah.
crazy. Wow, that's wild.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know what. I'm baffled by that. Was it where's the Royals spring training? Is it Scottsdale?
We're in Surprise, Arizona.
Wait, I mean, good area,
It's
bad
kinda-
area, the hotel, good area, bad area, or what?
Yeah, it was like right off of like a little side freeway, so they probably just did that, hopped on the freeway, and said peace.
Yeah, because there's like no bad areas around there. And
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like,
it's not too bad. There's some
No.
areas that are kind of, but
yeah,
nothing's really bad.
wow,
that's crazy.
crazy.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah, but I wanted to talk about too, because the Royals, from what I've seen, kind of operate like the Rays, where they have to rely on development, where it's kind of slow. A lot of times, station to station. So clearly, you made some noise at the alternate site in 2020, and I mean, obviously, like you're a top pick and one of the top prospects in baseball, but even then, the Royals feel like, to me, an organization where they're going to make you earn every step. And to send you straight to Double-A last year, obviously get the big league invite. Clearly, you made some noise at the outside. Is that true?
Yeah, it was good. I think it was with like all the guys that were there. We had a good group of guys. We really like kind of learned like not new style hitting, just we learned how to prepare for the games. We were facing good arms. We were facing all of our top prospects every day. And so I think we really grew not as individuals, but like as a team. And I think that went well, and everyone pretty much succeeded. It was almost like where it was like pitchers versus hitters. And there were some heated times where like pitchers were getting upset. And so we had a lot of fun out there. They're like, oh, we're facing you every day. We're like, so you're still trying to figure out new pitches and doing all this other stuff. So it was a lot of fun. But I think it just really goes to like the staff that we had out there, and the guys that were out there really bought into like having the right preparation and really going to work. Whereas sometimes I feel like there was times you could just walk in, scroll in, oh, we're at the alternate site. Like,
Yeah.
what are we going to do? But then a lot of guys, they weren't playing, they weren't doing anything. So I think we really kind of looked into that and like took it to our advantage for sure.
Yeah. Seeing all those guys, because the Royals have really reloaded in the last few years, I would say. And like seeing all the guys in one spot and competing, like you said, does that kind of get you excited about the future of, what's to come in Kansas City?
Oh yeah, definitely. And it made it I think more fun just being around those guys and being able to hopefully win a championship with these guys to come. And then this year playing a full season with a bunch of them, it was I think it was really good that we got to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. And so go ahead, Chanel.
You guys, obviously, something helped. You guys had that AAA team that you ended on had the most homers in the minor leagues, right? Between you, Melendez, who else was on there? Prado.
Yeah.
Like you guys went off. Like, how many did you hit in AAA? You had like 16 or something like that, or more.
Yeah.
17?
Yeah, I think it was like 16 or so. I don't know what it was.
And
But yeah.
Melendez hit like 40.
Yeah.
He went off. You guys, that whole team, I remember every time I got Twitter during the season, it was like your team, like Homer, Bobby Witt, Melendez, Homer, Prado, Homer. I was like, oh my God, you just need to relax. On fire.
Yeah.
Well, Melendez led the league, right?
Yeah, he had that whole minor leagues. I think he had like 43 or something like that, 40 something. So yeah, he went off, and then Prado had 36 or something, and then just it kind of all trickled down throughout the whole organization. Other guys were hitting more homers, and just they were hitting. And so I think that goes to the staff, and it goes to us players, just really bought in on what we're trying to do, and just really trying to do our job to try to help the team win.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, so was this past year, this is your first big league camp?
Yeah, first big league camp, and then like first full season.
That had to be a pretty cool experience.
Yeah, it was awesome just being able to – I got to be around the big league staff and everyone during that summer camp and stuff throughout COVID year, but then just really experiencing that spring training, that feel, because I grew up kind of going to some spring training stuff but never got to participate. And so once I got out there and was around playing in the games, we're playing the Dodgers on ESPN, doing these things. And so it was really fun, and just really – that was almost like a like an aha moment. Like this is right. Just being able to, like, looking over at the dugout playing the Angels at their place. No, there's Trout. And so just going back and just really, like, it kind of felt right. And so it kind of sat into me like, oh, this is what I've always dreamed of, and now we're here. And so I haven't made it yet, but it's can kind of taste it a little bit.
Yeah,
so it made me want to kind of work even harder. Yeah.
So speaking to that right there, like obviously that was, like you said, that was your moment, but you go to Double-A and you play really well. Like I feel like when you go to Triple-A and then you start playing really well there, you're like, oh, like the next step is it. Like did that ever click as you're starting to play really well while you were in Omaha?
A little bit here or there. I knew that there was maybe a chance to get called up or whatever, either in September or whatever, because I knew the team, but it was just it was that business decision. And so throughout spring training, they told me kind of there might be a chance. There was some buzz around like, oh, I can make the team out of spring training. And then I got sent down towards the end. And then that's kind of where I started like second guessing myself, like, oh, I need to do more. And then we had another alternate site, needed to do more there because I got put on like the Double-A team instead of Triple-A team. So I was like, oh man. And so like the first couple of weeks of Double-A, I kind of pressed, and then just had a good conversation with one of our staff members, like, and it kind of just changed me. They told me just be myself, be Bobby Witt Jr., go out there, and you don't need to do more. It's kind of like a business. And so that's whenever, that was another like aha moment for me, was whenever I just got to be myself, because in spring training, I was able to compete with these guys. I was able to do this and that. And so that was like another moment where I was like, I'm kind of pressing too much, and I just got to be me and keep things simple. And that's kind of my mantra.
Has there been any, I know the lockout's going on, but have they kind of talked to you about playing this year? I mean, obviously, you go have the year you did in Triple-A. It's hard. It's going to be hard for them not to be like, all right, he deserves a shot. So have they talked to you at all about that?
Yeah, I know. Just kind of at the end of the year, they said they'll kind of give me every opportunity. So I'm hoping whatever happens. So I'm just kind of waiting. I'll be working. I just want to be able to help the team as much as possible. I kind of believe that Royal's been struggling, and so I want to try to hopefully help change that and help be a change to that and build the culture back that they had kind of in like 2014, 2015 when they were winning the championships, and the years before that, how those guys kind of came in. And I think that we kind of have something like that just from what I've heard from the staff and everything. And so we got a lot of things going good, and I believe that there's going to be some winning baseball coming. Yeah,
because we play a game where like you're constantly thinking about moving up. Like that's the goal. Move up, move up, move up. But then like, I don't know, I feel like once you get to Triple-A and you start playing really well, you're like, well, dang, if I move up again, like it's the real deal. There's no more moving up. So I didn't know if that had just like, if you ever thought about that while you were, hitting 284 in Triple-A, you're like, well, if I'm doing it here, it's only one more step to go.
Yeah. And I've always heard the biggest jump is Triple-A to big league. So
yeah,
I want to be able to just kind of fill that out, and just ultimate goal is to get there and perform. I don't want to be a prospect for like being a prospect. Yeah, it's great and everything, but I want to graduate from that and kind of keep things going. I don't know.
No
That's
doubt.
just how I feel things. Yeah.
But speaking of some of those places, Northwest Arkansas, pretty nice place. I guess it's pretty close to home.
Yeah, it was cool. It was awesome. Yeah, just to be able to experience that, because the only other minor league baseball that I've had was in the AZL. And so not saying that's bad, but just being at the complex and that stuff. And so really being able to have like a home park and being able to have your locker room, do all that, and just have an apartment with the guys, and just it was really cool just to experience that. And so we got to travel down to Frisco and kind of be around my home, like 20 minutes from my home, and Arkansas wasn't bad, and the travel wasn't bad at all. So I kind of had it nice for me. And then going to Triple-A, had a couple flights, so it was really cool to kind of do that, experience that, and then just being able to see all those places. Like it's awesome just to be able to play in different places you've never played, and just play the game that I kind of grew up loving, just all around.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. So like obviously you're out of high school, rookie ball, season canceled. So that's like your first college experience there, living with guys in an apartment and playing ball, going to the field. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, other than just like the USA stuff.
Right.
So,
yeah. Yeah. Some of that stuff's cool.
Doing that. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. And then obviously you're in Omaha. Like that's got to be a pretty nice park there. Baseball.
Yeah, it was nice. Yeah, so it was cool. We were in like Papillion, Omaha. It was right outside like Omaha, or Papillion, Nebraska, right outside of Omaha.
Yeah.
And so, but it was cool to be able to see like TD Ameritrade, that stadium, and then our stadium was awesome too out there. When occasionally we have that nice Omaha wind blowing out, and so those are always great nights to hit.
I'd say so.
Yeah, you're. I was gonna ask you a little bit about your approach, because a lot of times, especially nowadays, with hitters, like you kind of have like two groups of guys. You got guys that focus on like, all right, hey, I want hit for average, hit some doubles, and then you got a lot of guys that like sell out home runs. Like they want 30 home runs a year, and they don't care how much they strike out. You kind of have like you have both. Like you hit for average this past year. I mean, you stole a bunch of bags. I mean, you had 30, 30, 30, right? So, I mean,
almost.
You like, oh, okay. That's what I was looking for, the story, so I could ask you about it, because it was the stolen base, right?
Yeah. It was
the rain out.
We were in Iowa, Des Moines, and like I stole the base, and it was the third to last game of the year. So I got it, whatever, the 30-30. And then I think it was in the second or third inning, and we got to like the fourth, and you got to play 5 for it to complete. And normally, like in the regular season, we'd remake it, but it was like the final 10 stretch in AAA, so we didn't remake that. So then kind of got banged with that, so I didn't get that. But I feel like I should have had it before.
That's freaking lame.
Well, no, you had it. Well,
Yeah.
This is the way I look at it. You stole the bag, whether the game counted or not. Like it during the game, in the present moment, you broke it. So they can discredit the game, but like maybe it's not on your card, but like you had it. Like if somebody looked at me and was like, "Nah, bro, you didn't get it," I'd be like, "Nah."
You'd rage. If you got a home run taken, I'd hear about it for 2 months.
Yeah, I would be like, yeah, that's like me hitting a homer and then be like, "Yeah, no, the homer doesn't count." I'll be like, "No, the homer counts."
I got video.
Yeah.
Hey,
Like
Bobby,
that,
did you
I would have been mad.
Did you get thrown out in the last 2 games just trying to steal?
Yeah, I think it was like
I knew you would have.
it was the second to last game or something, and dude was like a sub-1 to home, and
You're like, send it.
like I'm going no matter what, whatever it is. And it was like a high up and away fastball catcher, and the guy was just waiting there to tag me. I was like, and I was like, "You sure you got me?" Just I'm just messing with him.
Yeah, there's no way anybody's mad at you there. Like you've got to send that. You don't have a choice there. Yeah, I figured you pushed one of the last 2 games. But keep going about approach, Chanel. Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry, I was gonna say get back. But you, like I was saying, have both. So like, what's your approach that you're able to go and almost hit 300 and also hit like how many did you hit? 34 on the year or something like that?
Yeah, I think 33 or something. I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
Should have 34. That was another story.
Yeah, well, tell us after your pro, you had a lot of homers in one way or the other. But you had both, like, and you don't see that a lot. So like, what's the approach for you? How do you just are you thinking like you trying to hit home runs, or you just like, I'm gonna do what the ball lets me do, stuff like that?
Yeah, I think it's more just trying to keep, like I said earlier, just have a simple approach. And my thing is just kind of gap the gap center field. Just if I'm out front early, then I'm pulling it. If I'm a little bit late, I might be hitting it to right down the line, right field. And so my biggest thing is just always being on time with the fastball, because if you're not on time with the fastball, then you can always adjust off the fastball. You can't adjust off the curveball. So I'm just really just trying to get geared up and be on time with the fastball, because you're throwing 100 now. And so it's got to be – that's the biggest thing, I think, just being on time, being ready, and then just use a big part of the field and try to hit kind of low line drives. And I think homers are almost mistakes in some cases, wherever you're just missing the barrel or whatever, and then those are whenever you're trying to hit it perfectly center of the barrel and then you just miss it, then that could be a homer. And so really just try to keep it just a simple approach up the middle of the field. Almost, I think, like those are my foul poles, like left center and right center, rather than just keeping it, because whenever I'm trying to absolutely pull something, I'm either gonna pull off of it or just yank it foul. And that's whenever you can hit those like breaking balls that are just kind of hung up there. Whenever you're not hooking them, you're hooking them right down the line for a homer instead of just hooking them foul if you're cheating for a fastball or something. So that's kind of my approach. I know there's a lot of guys that have a lot more in thought approaches where I'm just kind of simple, be ready, be on time with the fastball, and let's go.
Yeah. Give me a time.
Yeah, I mean,
Go ahead, Snow.
sorry.
No, you're good.
No, I was just gonna say, like, for me, like I didn't like that's the like most people that's the way they should think. Like for me, for a long time, it was just like I don't really like I want to hit homers and stuff like that. So, I mean, which I can, but you get in trouble. You start swinging, missing, and then it turns into you. Yeah, maybe I hit a good amount of homers, but how many at bats am I giving away because I'm selling out for homers? And then there might be at bats in there where I miss a pitch that I could have laced for a double, but I'm taking the biggest hack ever to try and hit a homer instead of taking what the pitcher gives me. You know what I mean? So I was just curious because I was watching clips of you hitting today when I was looking for stuff and for the podcast, and I was just watching the way like you just the ball was dictating what you're doing. You get a fastball away and you'd hit a line drive down the line, and then they throw you and you hit or down the right field line. You get a fastball in, you go to left field, and then you said your foul poles were gap to gap. Like I think almost every swing I saw, other than a couple where the pitch like kind of forced you to take a ball down the line, you were gap to gap. So that's why I was interested to see what your approach was, just because your power numbers and how well you hit for average. It's not easy to do. Like it's not easy to hit in our game, let alone do like have both. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I try to just make my like approach as difficult for pitchers to pitch to me as possible. Just trying to be able to spray the ball all around. I know I get sometimes like in the past chased a little bit, and I struck out a lot more than I wanted to this past year. I think that just came from early in the year, just pressing and just trying to overdo it. And that's where it came. Just like, that's when I was like, oh, maybe I need to try to hit more homers. And that's whenever I think swing and miss happened and stuff. So I think just when it really simplified, and I think a lot of maybe over half my home runs were with 2 strikes. And that just kind of tells me like whenever I'm just trying to think, put barrel on ball and let the pitcher provide the power. And that's whenever things kind of took off.
Yeah, no doubt.
Give me an example of a time, like maybe it was a certain pitch that you hit, or like Chanel said, fastball out and you hit it down the line where you know you're locked in. Like if you do this, you know you're locked for a while.
I think it's like pitches down and away, or pitches like away, and I just really like I'm hunting to try to be on time early, but I still catch a ball way out front and just kind of a backspin ball to like right center field. That's when I know like I'm feeling like, all right, I can hit this pitch because I like the ball in, and I feel like my hands or whatever are quick enough to get to those balls in sometimes. And so whenever I'm able to cover like the whole plate, I think that's whenever it's time.
Yeah. And then like you hear all the time about how minor league season is a grind, and it is. But like say you do hit one of those low and away pitches to right center for a double. How nice is it that you're playing every day when you're hot? And I know it's a double-edged sword because it sucks when you're struggling, but I feel like as a hitter, when you're locked in, it's got to be awesome to be playing every day.
Oh yeah, it's unbelievable. And sometimes you have that one off day on Monday. You're like, I want to play today.
Yeah.
I'm feeling good. And you don't want to mess things up. Like, can I come to the cage? Can I hit? What are we doing? But yeah, it's really good. But then whenever those times are bad, that's whenever it gets tough. So I try to keep it. It's like I don't want to be like a big roller coaster. I kind of want to always just continually just keep going up, but also like not try to do too little, too much. Like I said earlier.
Yeah. I was
those times when you're hot, they're fun.
Yeah, because in college I pitched every Saturday, so 7 days. But then once I got to the outside in the Padres, I was throwing every 5, and it felt like I was on the mound every day. And it felt good because like when things are going good, you're like, oh, well, I'm pitching in 2 days, a bullpen pitch. So I can imagine as a hitter when you're getting 30 at bats a week, more than that, where it's just like, I'm locked in, and I'd like you said, I'd like to play on this off day.
Yeah, and even when things were going bad, that's good too, because like that's whenever you can try to get out of that, whatever it is, that funk. So it's good.
That's true. That is true. And then I saw on your Instagram, I almost forgot. You got to go to the ESPYs, right?
Yeah, that was 2019. After the Royals were kind enough to let me do that, and so I did that during the AZL season. Went out there for I think it was just like one whole day, and so yeah, that was it's pretty cool to walk the red carpet and see all the stars.
That is dope. Was there anybody who, like, when you actually saw him in person and got to talk to him, you're like you stumble on your words a little bit?
I think Gronk.
Yeah.
Just meeting Gronk. Yeah, it was awesome.
Gronk.
Gronk,
Which is funny because he's probably like the easiest guy to talk to, I feel like.
Yeah. And then I think he was doing something with that Captain Obvious for whatever the commercials he was doing.
Yeah.
And so just seeing him, and I grew up, my dad, he's from Massachusetts, so I grew up a Patriots fan. And so just seeing him, and then we had like a dinner the night before, and we got to, like, the guy who sat next to me, it was you'd like this. It was Sony Michel and Todd Gurley. So
I would love
they were
that.
sitting in between me, and then Sony had his Super Bowl ring. Yeah, so it was pretty cool just to be around those guys. And they both, it was that football is different. They both had their 2 phones. They like had their one. They were texting people. One, they're on Instagram. So it was cool to see. And then I think Karl Anthony Towns was there, and then Peyton Manning. He like produced the dinner we had. So it was awesome just to see all those guys and then walk down the red carpet. It was it was really cool.
Yeah, Peyton Manning's like an all-time great dude. He's like the best.
Yeah,
I went to his camp
when
I was a freshman and I still played football. And he trains in Chattanooga a lot, so we got to talk to him for a little bit. He was just like the coolest dude ever. But yeah.
Well, I mean, he played for the best NFL team, so.
And the worst college team, so evens out. But speaking of Todd Gurley, just a quick stray bullet to NCAA. Screw you for taking Todd Gurley's Heisman away. I'll never get over that. One last thing I want to talk about was this year's future game. You were mic'd up, right?
Yeah.
Was it weird? Did you have to like watch what you said or tell everybody else like, "Hey, I'm mic'd"?
Yeah, I think they had to cut some stuff out because whenever the second at bat was whatever it was, and so I hit a ball to right, and that came in the dugout, and I hit it pretty good, and so some guys said some stuff that I think was bleeped out, and even King Griffey Jr. said some not so, like, I don't know, I can't remember what it was, but
not
he was
TV
just
friendly
like,
things.
Yeah, he just like, you hit the out of the ball, and so it was funny just to be around just being around all those stars. And the other thing, like on the mic'd up, when I was mic'd up, they were asking me, "Oh, what pitch you saw?" And I was like, fastball, slider, and then I think a changeup. And then I looked up at the board after I said that, and it said like 97 or something. I was like, gosh, that's so terrible. It was Nick Lodolo on the mound. I was like, I didn't mean that. I guess I was just seeing it well or something.
No, you just straight alpha him right there. I think that was a changeup. That was his top speed all day. That's fun.
I feel like you'd have to tell everybody, like, "Hey, I'm mic'd up. Let's."
Yeah, I told them. They knew they even knew I had, but I guess some guys.
You forget. It's all right.
Yeah, we're playing a game. We're all having fun, and so,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it was a blast. It was a blast, though. It was cool. It was really weird, though. But like, they were talking to me as I was like, he was getting ready to pitch. So I was like, what's going on? Kind of felt like, and rookie year, like, oh my gosh, whatever it was.
You're like, save it, dude. I'm trying to win MVP here.
Yeah.
Who was it in your ear?
Cool. I can't remember who it was. It was someone. I think it was Jan Alonzo.
Yeah, that's my boy.
And then I can't remember who else was on there. I don't know. I wasn't really trying to figure out who was talking to me. I was just trying to hit the ball and talk at the same time.
That had to be so hard.
It's already hard enough for me to talk to people. I mumble a little bit sometimes, and then hit a ball is another thing hard. I'm trying to do both at the same time. I was like, all right, come on.
Yeah, that cannot be easy.
Yonder's the best. He was at
cool.
Because his sister is married to Manny Machado. So the Padres had signed him kind of towards the end of his career, and he was just hanging out the outside with us. And there was this one tweet. I'll have to post it or repost it or something. But the Padres traded everyone while I was at the outside. It was the weirdest thing ever. Like half of our locker room just got sent, and it was just like me and Ryan Weathers. It felt like it was the last couple there. And so I posted something on Twitter where it was the last episode of Prince of Bel-Air where he's like looking around, that GIF. And then I was like, me and Weathers the outside. So all these Padres fans are commenting, and somebody put Yonder, and it had a GIF of Clint Eastwood, and he's just like looking around like he looked super old. I was cracking up. He was like a good 15 years older than the next oldest guy there, but he was the best. I was glad he's working at MLB Network now. But so off-season plans. You said you're headed out to Arizona soon.
Yeah, head out to AZ soon, and then just been kind of working out in Texas. And so it's been a good off season. I'm really looking forward to what's to come.
One of the few benefits of not being on the 40-man, I guess, you get to go out there already. That's
yeah, get around.
That's crazy.
Yeah, use
stuff.
the facility, so it'll be good.
But just today they dropped that they're not testing us for roids anymore. So that's something you'll be dabbling in, or no?
I'm gonna pass on that for sure.
Yeah, I think
no chance.
I'm hoping the way I read it is right. Like once the lockout ends, it's going to go back to being tested for. Like apparently, it's something they can't negotiate while they're locked out. So hopefully that's not like a permanent thing. That'd be ridiculous.
I mean, when you hit 30 something homers, I don't think you
just keep doing it. Just keep it the same.
Yeah, just do whatever you're doing.
Well,
no doubt.
So will you? Okay, so another question: will you go through minor league spring training if they don't start? I guess you'll just play regular spring training.
Yeah, I still don't really know, so I'm just kind of waiting to see. Just do everything that I need to do and do the right things for sure.
That would be wild if you went through minor league spring training, went to an affiliate before Major League started, and then they had to bring you back for Major League spring training. Yeah, you'd be ahead of everybody at least.
Yeah, I was gonna say it could be beneficial.
Yeah, you could be locked in.
You'd be locked in already.
Yeah, but best of luck to you this year, man. I hope you go out and make the team, and when you make an all-star game or something, come back on. Tell us how it is.
Yes, sir. For sure. Yeah, good luck to y'all too. Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
appreciate it, man.
Stay healthy, man.
Have a good one.
Thank you. You too.